Yo, what's up, nations? My name is Son of Nations, and I told you I'm introducing you nations. So get ready, get excited. Like, pull a seat, just sit and listen to this, because I'm having one of the greatest artists in Uganda right about now, and I just want to share one or two things with her. You're welcome, welcome.
Thank you. What's up? What's up, Son of a Nation? It's an honor to be here. Sebo. Yeah.
Should I say Kale or
Mama, you say Kale Nyabo.
Kale Nyabo?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So Nyabo is the female expression.
Yes, it's like respectfully addressing a woman.
Awesome.
Like Nyabo.
Awesome.
And then I'm like Sebo.
Okay, Sebo.
Yeah.
Kale.
Wakabi. Kale. Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, what's up? My name is Sandra Suubi. I am a gospel artist from Kampala, Uganda. We are in Nairobi with Son of a Nation, just ready to tear the house down. I'm really honored to be here. I love to worship God. I love to give Him praise. I do that through music and visual art, and for me, it's really an honor to be here today.
Awesome. How was your trip to Kenya? Maybe you just briefly tell us how the experience has been and all that.
My trip to Kenya, it has been very. I mentioned this earlier. For me, Uganda is very warm. It's the weather is warm. So one of the things that really hit me is in the evening it gets really chilly in Nairobi. So, but that's really interesting. I was thinking it allows us a lot of power as ladies, because sometimes you want to wear certain things but you can't because it's too hot. And here I'm just like going all out, put your hair down, do the whole thing. But being in Nairobi has been really special, because also for me it came at a very special time in my life, where God has been teaching me a number of things. So every person that I've met, from each person that I've met has been teaching me so much, and so I'm really grateful for it. I think the trip has also just begun, so I'm really hopeful for what will be happening by the time I'm leaving, because each day has been extremely special.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just tell me how you discovered the Backyard, and what was the process like. You wanted to be on the show, and now that you've been on the show, how was the experience?
How did I discover the Backyard? I discovered the Backyard through, so as a gospel artist, you do check out the different shows that talk about gospel music or have conversations around that. And that's how I discovered the Backyard. I think I used to watch it along with some other not watch it, but know about it. So mainly through Instagram. And then recently one of the gospel artists was here called Renez. And then there's a time when you were in Uganda and we were supposed to meet, but we were unable to meet.
Sure.
Yeah, so then also just learning about who you are and what your practice is. And that's how I fell on the Backyard. So I must say, coming for the Backyard. So I have been on different gospel shows. But from just the conversation, I think from just the get-go, I kept on saying, how are you so eloquent and excellent and on it? I kept saying, you're so on it. Because from just the first WhatsApp message, I was really challenged by how organized you are, how you had like this prompt message to say, man, if I've not responded now, but like check out my work here. I really respect that, because I feel right now the gospel is like that people in this space are learning about what excellence is and are pushing boundaries and are extremely professional, And so it's not just in Uganda we say fua, but a real, like an intentional way of working. So for me, what came to life today was that intentionality, bam, like from getting in and seeing how many people are being coordinated to make this show happen. First of all, I say kudos to your team, man. Like, that's an amazing team. And also just meeting them and learning about who they are and how they serve God and how much you put emphasis on prayer, and seeking Him to know what you need to be doing. I think for me, the experience has been very enriching. I met some of the amazing Kenyan artists, Revival KE and Carlos Experience, as he calls himself. And also just learning about their practice and having then the gentleman, I think it's called H3 Thomas, who preached the word. Guys, my gosh. the fact that I think, I don't want to say overwhelming, but I think just like one of your teammates put it, I think it was a reaffirmation of the fact that there's a revival in East Africa, and God has so kindly allowed us to be part of that revival. And so, as you said, 150%. And I think the backyard really represented that and still does. And I really look forward to what God is going to do through you, because I've been challenged to be better, to do more, to be extremely intentional. And it was also a lot of fun. Like, we danced, oh my gosh. And the young people on the show, so much energy. Everything, I don't want to sound like I didn't have a bad thing, but I really didn't have a bad thing, because the show was that good, and I learned so much. I must say, I learned so much, and I've been challenged, and I think whenever you get into a space where you are more challenged and you're learning and you're like, oh, I need to learn that, I need to include that in my own practice, I think that's a very nice and special space.
Nice. What would you call as a take home from the backyard, taking back to Uganda, like in the future of the gospel industry?
Intentionality, being very intentional. One of the things your team leaders just said, and I saw it all through the show, is that God, we need to make sure that we do the basics right. And I think that's something you really embody so well. I pray that I can embody that, because putting God first, prayer, knowing His will, His word, and allowing Him, giving Him space to work, I think that's what you did with that excellence. And so whatever was called on for in the show, do we need dancers? They were there, It's just like, okay, I was performing with these young, they'll just come on and I'm like, yeah, that's really good. But do we need the word to be shared? The pastor was there. Do we need the DJ to be DJing? The DJ was there. Does this need to be going to a video? And it was there. And I think then when God called on it, it was there. And we were working from a place of abundance. And I think that's what we need to embody, because as children of God, that's our portion, Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, because we also learned a lot. You had a lot of energy, I can tell you had a lot of energy. We had fun. We had fun hosting you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so karibu, and be sure to make Backyard as your own home, like your number one stop.
I'm gonna be back. Watch out, guys. I'm not going anywhere, yo. Yeah, Sandra Suubi on the Backyard. I think at points they might be like, Suubi Banai, we've ever seen you on this show, Mpola, as we say in Uganda. But it was such an honor, and I pray that God will continue to use you as the Backyard, as the team, because I know you work with a really amazing team. I pray that God will continue to use you and grow you and provide and just overwhelm you with His goodness, because that's it. That's, as you serve Him, He will really stand for you.
Yeah. In your journey as a gospel minister, I know you've gone through pros and cons, like challenges you've faced in life. So for someone who's starting or who is in that journey, what briefly, how would you encourage them to be on the path? Because like you're saying, you've been into spaces where you meet very big stars, but not kingdom oriented, and sometimes it's way tempting, like, okay, should I ask for a collab, or can I slide in something? But what is that thing that keeps you to trust in God, as we were talking today on the show, like always trusting in God, even if you don't fully know the next step, but you fully surrender? How do you encourage someone who's growing?
I'd like to say, first, for me, one of the things that has been a really big strength, and that I would encourage someone else out there that's getting into the gospel industry, the people around you. I've really been blessed to have some amazing people around me who continue to remind me of the call of God in my life, and remind me, pray with me, pray for me, remind me of what, because I think even when we read the Word of God, we're reminding ourselves of that truth. And sometimes with the things that we face, that can become very augmented and like and for me, I think it has been the way God has worked through people. My church, the team that I work with in my music called Charism, my family was my first place of ministry. my friends, I have friends that pray with me. I think when I was like even in Airtel Choice, the competition that I took part in, I had aunties that came for that show completely to just pray, and sat at these tables just praying. And for me, that has consistent. And then the people I keep meeting. And so I must say, it's the work of God through people. And I always say, man, you need a good team. And that's what I would encourage someone. And one of your teammates put it really clear. I think for us as children of God, we start from the Word of God and prayer. So I would advise and I would ask that, you can't do anything without that guidance, that you always take time to seek God, to know His Word, to read it, and to speak to Him, to hear and ask Him to speak to you, and then make allowance for Him to work, And some of these things have just been really affirmed by your team speaking, and the power of a team, I must say. Because sometimes you need people to carry you or to encourage you, or you need to encourage them. And many times as you encourage them, you're encouraging yourself, So, yeah, the power of community, the power of a team, the power of having the right people around you, and God, above all.
Nice. In your stay in Kenya, any collabos maybe that we expect with Kenyan creatives as well?
But then you need to prep, you need to allow the element of surprise, my dear.
Yeah.
You don't want me to tell you everything, because then when it happens, you'll be like, we knew that. We were just waiting. No, watch. Just watch the space. I also think from now onwards, even there's the bridge with the East African community. Now we are here more, It's like It's like you're like, where do you live? Kenya or Uganda? But the allowance of that, I think is also strengthening our economy and allowing a lot of these things to happen. So there are some good collaborations coming up that you should be very excited about.
Yeah.
And be ready to, as I said, host me non-stop. It's like Suubi is not leaving the backyard, man. She's just here all the time, and she has a new hectic jam. And it's time. I mean, why not? God we serve is the author of all these things. Yeah.
How can people find you on social media?
How can people find me on social media?
Yeah, and make sure that they interact with you.
Yeah. So my name is Sandra Suubi. That's Sandra, Sandra. Suubi is SW, which is SUUBI. Suubi. That's on every social media platform. Instagram, Sandra Suubi. Twitter, Sandra_Suubi. YouTube, Sandra Suubi. Facebook, Sandra Suubi. I'm everywhere. As in, the music is on every streaming platform, Tidal, iTunes, Spotify. The music is there. So guys, go out, listen, support the gospel. It would be an honor to interact with you. Yeah, tell me what you think about the music. I'm really active on social media, so I will get your message and I will respond. So yeah, if there's a social media platform that does not have my music or my name, they are not very serious people. So Sandra Suubi, everywhere. Sandra Suubi.
Oh, that's it. You've heard it from like, I don't know even what to say.
You just say Sandra Suubi.
Yeah, that's Sandra Suubi for you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on Facebook, follow us as well at the Backyard KBC, at Son of Nations.
Yay!
Everywhere. And I'll be introducing to you nations.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we are not joking. So